Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is March 5th to the 7th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia, and Ranger Stock Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.
This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
Power Rangers by not letting us do our predictions. So obviously this means you're gonna get hit with the death penalty. So how'd your death like to be? Cannons
or power?
How about
chainsaw by lightsaber?
Oh, my lightsaber. How about no? Because I can skip you guys.
Or by being lectured.
I can skip you guys, so I don't need it.
I think he said all three, so let's do it.
Go.
Ready?
Chainsaw.
No! Hard, be my guiding king.
No! Shut up! No, get that out of here!
Get
Get the Freedom March stuff out of here! Shoot him! Just shoot
Time
him!
travel!
Boom!
Welcome, guys, to a new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. You have me, your host, Ryan, aka Daggerboy, with my partner and director, Leonard, aka Psycho Fox, and then our adorable teddy bear, who is our mascot, Quasar Red, and our newest member of the Morphin Squad, Mike, and Math Writer, Kamen Rider expert, Mike, Time Rider Zero, or Time Rider Z, for short.
And let's not forget our adorable chinchilla, Ryan.
I'll destroy you.
You cannot. I'll throw you up a cliff.
Or teddy bear. Anyway, so how you guys doing?
Shut it, chinchilla.
How you guys all doing? You doing good in the quarantine or anything?
It is week 3 of the quarantine. As y'all can tell, if y'all can't look, I'm in desperate need of a haircut.
You are.
Yeah, I am.
I need to cut my hair to be, a little bit.
We'll be like a surfer, dude, before this is over.
Alright, let's start this episode. Fox, take it away.
So, today's episode of Ranger Podcast Live brought to you by Purell and toilet paper. My personal favorite is Downy. Episode 5 of Power Rangers season 2 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, Cruisin for Bruisin, which is okay. That's a weird name for a title, but whatever. I will say this right now. This is the step forward that we needed for season 2 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. This was a fine step that they took. Plenty of action, plenty of, dare I say, stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Decent dialogue. Actual pretty good dialogue this episode. And quite possibly one of the best introductions to upgrade for Power Rangers since SWAT mode in Power Rangers SPD.
I was thinking Jungle Fear, but no, having Theo do karaoke is probably not a good example.
Yes. And honestly, outside the complaints I have about certain things, I really enjoyed this episode. Again, it was a step in the right direction, and hopefully all our scores will be kind of will weigh out everything, because I know for the past few episodes, a lot of our scores have been up and down, and obviously Ryan giving us Ken and I crap for being too nice, even though he gave several episodes during season 1 high scores that they deserve. But that's a different story for another time.
I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's probably, I thought maybe this would be. You're gonna hate me for this. I think best in terms of best power-ups introduced so far in this era, Super Mega Mode first, then this, then the others. I really, I thought this was real, it was done differently than how a normal power-up normally goes. It's just, ooh, this is a power-up. Well, varying degrees. We're getting a power-up, it's stronger. We don't really get to see what makes it stronger or how it really works. It's just something that normally just happens. Here, there's real setup, for it. And, they explain how it works and stuff, which I thought was cool. So I overall really enjoyed this episode, and I'm probably going to give it a very high score.
Yeah, it was a pretty well done episode. How they introduced Battleizer. It's sticking true to the classic tradition of Power Rangers, from the second half of the Zordon era, where the Rangers really need to get beat up pretty well in order to warrant needing a new battleizer. And given what happens with Cruz this episode, it makes the episode a little more personal, which kind of makes it reminiscent of that episode of Wild Force, because the other Rangers were technically dead during that episode. So they had to really earn that battleizer. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the episode. Plus, it gives more character development for the Beast Bots because one thing I liked about Go Busters is what's it called? The Buddyroids. They had distinct personalities. Cheetah Nikki, which is Cruz, is like the earnest assistant. Kurosaki, which is Crush. He's he's like the motherly one, trying to take care of the Blue Ranger, and Usagi, he's like the rebellious one who gets himself into trouble. But we didn't get much character development from the Beast Bots except for this one episode in season 1, before Nate becomes a Ranger. So it's nice to get some time for the actual Beast Bots to shine.
And Ryan, dare I ask?
I love them all. I'm just kidding. That was reference. A serious part. Yeah. I've been waiting for this episode. I mean, kind of sucks. It took 5 episodes in, but yeah, I can say this episode was a great start, and I actually could argue this could have been the first episode of Beast Morphers. Honestly. This could have been the first episode of Beast Morphers.
Season 2?
Or maybe, it could be in a 2-part episode premiere. First episode, they get the Beast Bots get stolen, or, Sheik gets stolen. Then part 2 of season 2 would have been, them getting the power up.
Yeah, so, okay, back to my point. Yeah, this was a really well-done episode. I actually liked it. Of course, it was kind of predictable, but it's okay. I mean, we're past Power Rangers, we're used to it. But I liked how, technically, Cruz kind of got killed. Well, not really killed, got digitized. It reminded me of, the old, in Power Rangers in Space and Lost Galaxy when the Psycho Rangers got digitized.
Yeah.
And then remember, the
digitized.
City? Ghosty Sun, Secret City. Oh. They have a Secret City episode where everyone also got digitized. So that was a good reminiscence to that. Also, I liked
into data cards.
I liked how they actually put character development on Cruz, because we had an episode focused on what's his name, the Gorilla Buddy Lloyd,
Smash.
Yeah, Smash and Jax, because they all had episodes in season 1. I'm like, where's Cruz's episode? This one was a perfect Cruz episode because it actually develops some more, and also it was a great voice acting from the guy who played Mick and Boom.
Kelson
Henderson.
Yeah, so got good voice acting from him, and of course Steel. I love Steel in this episode, so well,
This was actually also good development for Devin as well. It was Devin and Cruz, because now you realize, don't mess with Devin's friends or you will get you will run the fade, and I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start this episode.
We start off with actual this is how people should act. Hey, we gotta shoot this robot. Whoever shoots him first owes us all drinks. And I love how Robbie's like, oh man, I forgot my wallet. But I ain't gonna need it because y'all gonna buy me my drink anyway. So I love that.
And Steel is like, wait, hold on, I don't even have a mouth.
Which leads to the question, why does he go to the Riptide then if he can't drink? But
because he's half human, and he needs to socialize. So, and unlike any other robot in Power Rangers, Steel could probably get. He still has to practice social distancing, though. So that half human part needs to practice social distancing.
But the thing I find interesting now that we're talking about Steel not being able to drink a smoothie is A running gag from GoBusters was that BJ Stagg would always be drinking Enertron, which is what Morphex is based off of. He's like sipping it from a straw, like in like every episode, which is a reference to the fact that he's a beetle, so he drinks, like Heracross from Pokemon.
Right. They go on the harder difficulty and they can't shoot the Tronics, so they are able to reprogram one of the Tronic robots into being like a human target. And Cruz is like, they're like, do you even know how to work this thing? Did you even check to see if it's okay?
Sure. And he pulls a Drew from SPD and a Cam from Ninja Storm. He's like, bang, one shot.
I was gonna say McCready from Overwatch. It's high noon. Bam. Devin has a bright idea. It's like, you know what, Cruz, you're actually a pretty good shot. We're gonna have you come out with us, just in case something happens. And Nate actually making sense is like, yo, Devin, he needs combat training before we let him join us. He's like, he's like, yeah, we'll get to that, but you know what? He's a good shot. We got this. Like, don't worry, I got this. I got his back. Nothing's gonna happen. Chekhov's gun. So the monster today is Digimon. Digitron, who has the ability to take technology and reprogram it so he can become stronger, and also take the memories of certain technological things. And the first thing he decides to do is digitize all the an entire Apple computer, an Apple laptop, which makes me beg the question: how long do those unnecessary updates take for you to become stronger? Yeah, shots fired. Next thing you know, they come in, they fight Digitron, and Cruz is helping fight the Tronics, and Cruz is actually holding his own until you realize Cruz can't fight. He can shoot, but he can't fight. Digitron is able to digitize Cruz and put him into his body, and Devin is being held up by the Tronics to get. So it's too late for him to get to Cruz, which makes me beg two questions. Okay, now hear me out. So, Devin has the abilities to run super fast, like the Flash. You could run through the Tronics to save Cruz.
Or run around them.
You have the abilities
of a cheetah.
You have the abilities to bury out your way out of any situation properly. No time travel or anything like that, but you actually run fast.
But you could still run fast. You could run back the other way and circle around those two Tronics.
Exactly.
And this takes me to one of my recurring issues with this with Beast Morphers. The opening theme song plays at the 9-minute mark of every episode. Like, if it's an hour-long show, like that makes sense. But if it's a half-hour show, it makes no sense to like play the theme song halfway into the episode.
Well, I see why, because of the fact that, I mean, and I can use that as an example. A lot of the, after Turbo, a lot of the episode, like In Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed, and Beyond,
cold opening.
5 minutes, they have cold openings. This was somewhat of a cold opening. I don't know. I watched a version of the show that didn't have the intro, so I wouldn't know. But I get what you mean, though. So
they made the cold opening too long, is what I'm basically saying.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, kind of. It is kind of strange that
Cruz has been kidnapped, and Devin is about to go like rage and try to kill Digitron in one go. But Digitron now having the memories of Cruz, which Cruz has the memories of all the Rangers' techniques, all the Rangers' training, and everything like that, is able to wash all the Rangers, and they have to escape. Devin is mad. Is like, look, that man, he took my boy, he took my friend, and it's like, it's my fault. And it's like, Devin, look, man, it could have happened to anyone. It could have even happened to Steel. It's like, yeah, it could have really happened to me, and they got me. Man, let me tell you something. The Beast Boss ain't got nothing on me. I know too much stuff, and I'm like, Steel, you're not helping your case. Stop it. You're being a jerk. Stop that. So let your human aspect go. Okay, but then Devin has the bright idea. Wait a minute. Digitron is able to digitize Cruz wouldn't we be able to we can use the other B spots. And Smash is like, hold up, whoa. We're not fighting. And Discount Danny DeVito, aka Jax, was like, yeah, man, I can't fight. But Devin's like, no, that's not what I mean. If he's able to digitize Cruz, wouldn't we be able to do the same thing by digitizing you guys
and use the powers of the person we digitized.
Exactly. And
then
Nate's
we have the
like,
idea, if we could digitize our B spots, we could reverse the process and undigitize Cruz from the Digitron.
yeah, which is actually a very smart idea. And Nate's like, Devin, I like where your head's at. Give me 5 minutes because we got 15 minutes left of the show. And I'm gonna see what I could do. 15 minutes in Power Ranger time is an hour, by an hour and a half, maybe 3-4 hours. But in Nate's case, it's 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes before the show's over, and I can whip up a quick bite to eat.
So
they figured out how to get. So what happens next is they managed to get. They managed to create new Ranger keys. I don't know what the Morphex keys are called, so I'm just.
Okay, I want to mention something right quick. So the Morphex keys are actually. So if anyone's been collecting the Beast Morpher toys or the you'll notice they all come with, Ranger keys. And what's actually cool, and I thought was a very clever use of merchandise, is the keys that they use to activate this new power-up they get in this episode is actually the keys that come with the B-Spot figures. So that was cool. That was I thought that was a very clever way to, use the toys. Because a lot of times they would just introduce a toy and it have no connection to the show. So this was cool.
Oh, by the way, one thing I should mention is throughout the episode, Scrothel was pulling a Dwight Schrute where he's saying, while Evox is not around, I'm in charge. And then after the initial fight's over, he's like, oh, I'm so awesome because my Digibot managed to defeat Cruz. Now I just gotta get the other two Beast Mods. And then Blade was like, come on, man, don't get too cocky because it's gonna bite you in the butt later on. It's like, oh, you're just jealous. And then going back to the lab, Nate actually perfects the B-Spot keys to digitize Jax and Smash. And he also creates the new Beast X mode visors. But they need 7 more minutes to finish building while while Digi what's-his-face shows up. It's like, we need 7 minutes. But by the time when they get there, it's only 2 more minutes left, so you're good.
They were not running on Dragon Ball Z time.
5 minutes. 5 minutes before the
5 minutes till the world. 5 minutes and then it blows up. 3 months later, you got 3 minutes till it blows up.
Many
months later.
So years later.
They have 7 minutes. And okay, I have a problem with this part. So they're like, we can't it's like we're gonna be too late. He's gonna be like, wait, hold up. You got 7 minutes. Y'all don't know how to drag those 7 minutes. Have the monster chase you, maybe drive somewhere else so the monster can go after you. Because at this point, you already know that the monster's trying to go after your B spots, which he doesn't know that y'all have to do.
And
at the very
when they get to the scene, they said, "Oh, we still have 2 minutes left before they're ready." So I'm like, it took you 5 whole minutes just to get to the scene.
There's no logic in Power Rangers.
No! Don't you try to use that. There's not, because I actually there is logic. You are a government-funded organization. Okay, you're pretty much the police. Okay, in this situation, you are policing the monsters from destroying Morphex towers, taking Morphex, and destroying those monsters at the same time.
Logic. We're not using in space logic.
They're able to get to their destination in less than 2 minutes.
That works down at least. So the Rangers, they get to the scene. The monster's still scanning some various technology and equipment. By the way, the monster actually putting up a fight in this episode. So anyway, so the Rangers, they try and weigh him out, until the two, they try and make the 2 minutes last until, or they try and hold him off until the Beast Morph power is ready, and then and they manage to take the, and Devin manages to take his key, plunges it into the monster, brings Cruz back, and digitizes him. Fractal code digitize. Anyway,
Digital monsters change into digital champions to save the digital world. Okay.
Let's do modifier Rangers already.
And at Rangers, they managed to access their new Beast Morpher mode. What was the name again?
Beast
exactly?
X mode.
Beast X mode.
Beast
And
X-
it looks pretty sweet. I think it's one of the. It looks pretty cool. I really dig the armor look, and they get to work fighting, and they have slightly enhanced abilities. In this form,
Slightly.
or they have enhanced abilities of of their versions they already have. Zoe's able to run super fast, or not run super fast, jump super high, and
I want to say this one real quick. Zoe got Doctor Strange abilities. Do you remember in Doctor Strange how Mordo and Doctor Strange are able to use the mystic powers to run on air and stuff like that?
Yeah.
They turned Zoe into Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So she was jumping in the air. That was cool. And Ravi, he's able to pull a metal pillar out of a steel building and wax the Tronics around with it. And Devin has this really cool attack that turns him into his Cheetah Zord briefly. And so they destroy the monster. The day is saved. Cruz is back with them.
Megazord battle, to my knowledge.
What?
There's no Megazord battle, to my knowledge.
No, there isn't. That's actually kind of cool. I like Megazord battles, but it is nice too.
Can we just get to the fact that that epic last final slash was epic?
Yeah, because you got your chance.
No, even the music. I'm like, whoa, the music helped it too. I did not hear that kind of music for a long time for a Power Rangers show since I don't know, RPM or something like that. But that was actually really good music. He just stands there and basically does a anime show and jump slash that was I like that. I was yeah, that was
this whole episode was a show. This whole episode was a Shonen Jump anime.
Hey, it was good though. It was a good.
It was fine.
Oh, an episode. Okay, on an episode. So the day is saved. Thanks, dude. No, I was getting Pepper Girls. Anyway, we go back to the lab. We do see the Rangers. We see the Buddy Lords, the Beast Bots. My bad, saying Buddy Lords. Basically talk and basically, oh, it's cool again. And then finally we have Devin and Cruz saying hey, you did well out there, and also sorry for putting you out there without any training. So finally Nate actually did something right, which was actually smart. Yeah, because honestly, the previous episodes he was getting annoying, but at least this one they actually did make him right for once, morally wise. Then we have you remember the robot. What was the robot's called again? The Tronic that they let Cruz basically programmed earlier. Ben and Betty actually programmed into becoming a cleaning robot. Basically clean everything. So what they do was they do celebrate and then of their new power up, and then they throw a confetti party. But unfortunately, the robot sees this confetti and tries to clean the Rangers. This will also have a little problem. You guys are Power Rangers. You're scared of a freaking one robot. Are you seriously? Anyway, they run away, and this.
Oh no! Logic's for the weak. Remember, Ryan?
It's right. There's no logic. I'm really?
There is no logic.
Anyway,
and let's not forget Jungle Fury Rangers, trained deadly martial arts fighters, were afraid of a little mouse. Anyway, continue, Dagger.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Continue, Chinchilla.
Before the party, Evox, who was missing all episode, finally shows up, and Scrozzle was like, "Oh, Master Evox, you're back! Did you build any more Morphex towers?" And blah 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 blah. It's like, shut up. Yeah, your flattery's not going to distract me from your recent failure.
You just
Wait,
messed up.
you heard me out, didn't you?
He's like
No.
he's like this. Hey, did you enjoy your trip, Master Evox? Shut the hell up, boy. Let me tell you something. You think I don't know when you mess up? What was that out there? Huh? you let a Gigadrone. You let this dang on monster. You let this monster swallow up an Apple computer. Do you know how many updates he needed? That's why he wasn't strong enough. You could have easily hacked into an Android phone, an iPhone, a Samsung phone. No, you decide to have him hacked into an Apple computer. What is wrong with you?
And then after the Rangers are being chased by the cleaning tronic, Cruz shoots it down, and then
Wow, okay. I was gonna say it, but okay, never mind. Yeah.
and I have to say, like, I love how Ben and Betty were channeling the classic Bulk and Skull opportunism, where it's like, wait, we could get this guy to do all the cleaning for us, and then it like completely like blows up in their face at the end of the episode. I'm like, that's some classic Bulk and Skullism.
Version of Vulcan Skull. We're talking about my MMPR, Zeo, Turbo in space.
MMPR season 2.
Okay. That is the episode. So guys, likes, dislikes, and overall rating. TRZ, since you are the newest member, go ahead.
Okay.
You go first.
Some of my likes. Okay, I love how they actually did take more time to develop the Beast bots because again, they haven't been used effectively, like character-wise, in the past, with the exception of 3 or so episodes. So it's nice to get more of them. I like that they have more Ben and Betty comedy done well, unlike last episode. But with that said, Ben had really good lassoing skills. Like they have all these skills. Why can't they become Rangers? You know,
because they daddy works. They daddy's a boss.
Because they're walking disaster areas.
So and Devin's dad and Zoe's mom. Everyone's parents were connected to something important, apparently. Let's see. Okay, I love that the Rangers were getting their butts handed to them to warrant needing a power up because in a lot of the last few seasons, they did not have as much of a hard time with an enemy prior to getting to the what's called the armor up or the power up or whatever else. You know, it was just handed to them like freaking Gosei and whatnot. And you know, it's nice to see. I know I'm just as frustrated as you are, but the point is, I like seeing the power ups getting earned. Like here's for example, like with the battleizers in the past, when Leo got his battleizer, and I'm skipping Andros for a reason. When Leo got his power up, Corona had to deal with her Astronema side. When in Time Force, he had to fight a Black Knight. In Wild Force, he what's it called? 4 of the Rangers are technically dead. You know, I like having stakes.
Yo, in Lightspeed Rescue, his battleizer kept rejecting him until his body was actually ready to take it.
Yeah.
And let's.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So what? You keep going.
Oh yeah, and I like seeing the further division of between Scrozzle and the Blaze and Roxy Bot 2.0s. My main issues are basically, you know, just a bit of the pacing with the whole theme song being at the 9-minute mark instead of say the 4 or 5 minute mark. Let's see. Honestly, this episode was it raises a few questions about what some of the characters do or not doing in previous episodes. But other than that, it was a pretty solid episode. I give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, nice. Ryan, go ahead.
So pacing wise, it was a good episode. I liked it. And like again, I said this should have been the first episode of season 2. I should have said that. This could have been, you know. But you know. I liked how the Beast spots were used like finally they got their, because honestly before this, like even Mikey Perez has a good point here. He says, I feel the bots were being wasted before this episode. It's true. I felt they were being wasted. I felt they're not being used to their true potential. I'm actually glad that they finally have their super mode. I'm calling it super mode.
X mode.
X mode. No, the X mode.
No super. It's just X mode. We're just X mode. Okay.
X mode. It should be called Beast Morphers X anyway. But I like this episode because one, it was good character development for Cruz. We actually get to see more of him. Devin's acting was actually good this time. Was actually good. Pacing, I said, was good. Only problem with is again like a little illogical stuff they do, like the minutes wise, and also like them being scared of a robot. That's my little nitpicks of it, but doesn't really hurt
Logic doesn't exist. Your words.
I'll destroy you.
I'll destroy you.
Music was kind of good for that scene. I actually like that part. That's a good plus for me. And Cruz being a badass in the final shot. I was like, oh. So yeah, overall, good episode. Do you think it's a great episode? No, it's not a great episode. Originally I scored a 9 because I was actually enjoying watching it, but rewatching it again, there was some little nitpicks again that were small. Again, like dialogue wise, but it's alright. Anyway, good episode, 8 out of 10.
You forgot to mention that Cruz, his wet lasers didn't have a pew pew sound effect.
Yeah, well, technically they lost. Well, they lost by a pew pew. Oh, speaking of pew pews. So for the past 5 or 6 months, these guys were making fun of me like pew pews doesn't hurt. Well, the Rangers got pew pewed, and look what happened. They got hurt. So damn.
Yeah, but that was stupid on why. That was stupid on why. That was stupid on why. How do you are Power Rangers? You got 7 minutes left. You can't tell me that one little pew pew is not gonna hurt. Y'all could have easily ran around him, distracted him. Y'all still had your beast mutation abilities. Get out of here, boy.
The pew pew does hurt. So anyway.
No.
Really, there was a few dialogue bits that I thought was a little but and really the only thing I had a problem with was Devin, forcing Cruz into, fighting with him a little too soon. I think, but have to move the plot along. But I definitely think in terms of pacing, this was definitely better than another power up I can think of. Supercharge. I thought like there's something cool about how Beast Morphers, they explain stuff better. Like, like in the finale, they explain, we'll need a new configuration that Evox hasn't seen, although that didn't turn out so well. And in this episode, they actually explain how the power-up works and, the devices needed for it. The monster was great. He felt like a real threat. He also had some really cool voice acting. Like, it was a little standard gravelly, but it sounded more intimidating than the traditional gravelly monster voice. And he was also putting up a threat. And I think if this couldn't have been a 2-parter, this is the very best it could be as a 1-parter. I think this is probably the best episode since the premiere, and I give it 9 out of 10.
9.
So,
okay.
Right.
Outside, I mean, I think I don't want to sound like a broken record, but like some of the illogical things that they did, it's whatever. It's like I got a couple of issues with those, and I will say, and I would say this as a positive. And just like Ryan, I really enjoyed the music that how they incorporate the music into this episode. I think it was done very well. I like the new upgrades. Hopefully we see more of them. Especially the fact that the Beast X modes actually amplify their abilities. Like, I think one ability that's not talked about a lot is Ravi's. Ravi has the ability of taking out anything. Like, he can take metal out of things, and like rock and salt and all that stuff. I'm like, that's actually really, really cool. And I don't think. Devin and Zoe have really cool abilities. Like, Devin becomes Nightcrawler. He essentially is Nightcrawler with his amplified abilities, and he's Nightcrawler and a Transformer rolled into one. Okay. But I
So
really
he's
like
blue.
Ravi's because Ravi low-key has Firestorm abilities. If y'all know who Firestorm is, watch The Flash. He's like a low-level Firestorm.
Transmutation.
Yeah, exactly. And dare I say, like the new abilities they have are, and I think TRZ is gonna like this, are Mega Man Zero-esque abilities where they have the ability to use fairies and other things to amplify their abilities. Is that a good reference? There you go. Yes, the nod of approval. I like that. Very good dialogue. Nate is not a smart Alec in this episode, and
Oh, God, the last episode. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay,
why
honestly,
you
honestly,
lie? You shouldn't
Nate-
lie like that. And I'm like over here, Nate. His mama's the commander. We don't know what she's going to say to him. You should be on the hush hush because no one. First of all, you a hypocrite too. You dating and potentially itching on your girlfriend who's also a Power Ranger dog. What's up with that?
speaking of that, they're gonna actually do that again. The love thing between them in episode 8. I just seen
Good.
the episode. Yeah.
And
But-
maybe, and the return of Megan.
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 Megan. Oh, that's gonna be. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time with that episode. But overall, I love the action. I love how they incorporate Super Sentai and American footage. 'Cause half of that was American footage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
most of it was
no, not the suits. They were actually from Go Busters.
The first
Yeah.
first fight was a good mix of American and Sentai.
And the rest of the episode was just Sentai footage.
Yeah, like the part where like he does like the slash. That was Sentai.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I loved all of that. And again, it's good.
But
to
the
see.
only thing that made it cool was the music.
Yeah, it did, and it's good to see that the B spots had their own story, which is good. It wasn't filler like the Christmas episode where it's like,
Oh,
gosh,
God.
do you remember when the Rangers did this and this and this? I'm like, shut up.
I always hate
I'm
the Christmas and
honestly
Halloween
mixed
ones.
on. I'm honestly mixed on wanting to give it an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I don't know. I'm in between right now.
You
So
had to choose
How
score.
about-
So I'm gonna let the dice of destiny decide. I'm going to roll I'm gonna roll a D10. Okay. If it's an even number, it's gonna get an 8. If it's an odd number, it's gonna get a 9. I give it a 9 out of 10. I rolled a 30.
Alright.
Yeah,
So,
9 out of 10.
so the collective score is 8.5 out of 10
Yeah,
with
Yeah,
two
pretty
with
much.
2 nines.
good episode.
Oh.
All right, let's do some comments, shall we? They're in the comment section.
YouTube comments, how you guys doing? We're gonna start reading these Facebook comments. But if you're watching the recording of this on YouTube, thank you guys very much. Hopefully you enjoy this. Be sure to like this episode, like it again, hit it a third time, triple like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. We're almost to 700 subs on YouTube, and we're almost to 1,000 followers at the time of this recording on IG. So be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Morphin Network.
And if you're also watching this on YouTube, you survived the EVOC. You survived the coronavirus.
Oh my gosh. Ranger Select says hello. Hey, Mikey Perez, Evox is Vengeance. Book it.
Oh boy, I hope.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. That would be very interesting. Like that would actually explain Dr. K a lot better.
Yeah, I'll explain maybe why Dr. K. Maybe Vengeance basically is an Evox that's been downgraded.
Because I was thinking, it's like, yeah, just because Evok is similar to Vengeance doesn't mean we need Dr. K to show up. But if Evok is Vengeance, then I'm like, yeah, I can see why you end up bringing her in.
Actually, no. I think he can be Vengeance. You know why? So near the end of the episode, remember when like Scross was like, "Oh, Master, how's France? How's the yeah?" Like it did confirm that like that was him doing the Morph X towers across the world. So maybe he's trying to do another takeover event by using the Morph X towers because he did. If it is Vengeance, he did do it before in another timeline.
Dun dun. No, alternate, another world, not time.
Oh, sorry, alternate world. My bad.
Yeah.
I forgot Dino Church's timeline. My bad.
Yeah, and
Wait, are we
given the
going
fact that he was inside the Red Ranger Morpher at the end of RPM, and then you had the clash of the Red Rangers in Samurai, that might have been the moment where where Venjix left the Red Rangers Morpher, took over
Question.
something else in Samurai, and then bided his time up until up until the events of Beast Morphers.
Good theory, except Clash of the Red Rangers took place in the middle of RPM.
True.
Even Yoshifumi Matsumura, go Lakers, bro. This is my Laker brother, so I'm glad they already finished filming last year and it's now affected by Corona. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. Thank you guys very much. New episode of Ranger Podcast Live in the history books. TRZ, welcome to the squad. Where can the folks and jokes find you? Go.
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/broken.info, and you can find me on Instagram at chrono_just_cosplay.
All right, and Ryan, where can they find you?
They can find me hiding here in quarantine. I'm saying they can find me on Instagram, DancerBoy247. I do have a Facebook, but I'm not gonna add you guys if I don't know you. So I appreciate you trying to add me, but if I don't know you, I'm sorry. But you can follow us on Morphin Network at our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Instagram and Twitter page. Oh, please, we need 9 more followers to 4,000 followers.
Yeah, if you're watching this right now, go follow our IG page so we can hit 1,000. We try and get that influencer money.
Yeah, we're trying to be influencer money. What else? Oh, and basically that's it. Oh,
yeah. Find me Instagram brown_K as well as QR Ranger Bug. So.
All right. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @thereckless_fox, YouTube reckless_fox, and find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/recklessfox. And if you want a little more content, myself and TRZ along with Jen, we do a podcast every weekend, the Scroll Gaming Podcast. Follow us on soundcloud.com/ScrollClubGaming for all our shows. And there you go. Oh my god. Where's my Harry Potter one? Never mind.
It doesn't count.
Thank you guys very much. This is Ranger Podcast Live. Signing out. Bye. Be safe and have a good one. Deuces.
Adios.
Adios. Bye.